Okay guys, these are probably some of the most affordable new homes that I've seen in a long time. We're in a newer part of Sacramento, just outside of Roseville, and this area has been super hot. This new development is so large and has so many homes coming to it. We've seen a ton of interest in this community. And in this video, I'm gonna be showcasing some of the most affordable new homes they're offering. These prices I haven't seen in a long time. So if you like new construction homes and you wanna be in an area that's on the up and up for development, this is definitely gonna be the video for you. Now today, our tour is gonna be in Placer One. Now, if you haven't heard of this area yet, Placer One is a huge 2,200 acre master plan development just north of Roseville city limits. It's literally gonna be just 5 minutes off of Highway 65. Now the road hasn't entirely opened yet to the exit, but it's just about to open. And in this area, you're gonna get a lot of new development, a lot of new homes. But one of the main highlights of this community is gonna be the 300 acre college campus right at the center of all this new development going on around here. Welcome back to the Sacramento Relocation Guide. I'm Sam Galovy, and I'm a local real estate professional here in the area. My wife and I run a real estate team here, helping people relocate. I've been in business now for close to 10 years, and we've literally helped lots and lots of families relocate into Sacramento. So this channel is dedicated to people who want to know more about new home development, want to find out about the best places to live, and really find the right place for their family here in Sacramento. If that's someone like you, if you need help with finding a home, you can always reach out to us. Our info is always in the description. All right, so let's kick it off with the first community. This is going to be Northfield at Placer One by JMC Homes. Now, these homes are kind of interesting. They're actually been already noted in one of my previous videos a long time ago in Roseville, but these are going to be ranging from 1,501 up to 1,503 square feet. Now you might think that's a little bit interesting on the square footage here, is because they are offering 3 floor plans, basically 3 to 4 bedrooms, and everything is included on these homes. So the upgrades, the design packages inside, you can choose your own. Solar's also included, but this is going to be a single story community. So for those of you who want a little bit more privacy with your neighbors right next to you, I know when it comes to new construction homes, a lot of people want more privacy. They don't want the teeny tiny backyards. These lots are going to be ranging from about 4,500 to over 5,000 square feet. So you still get decent backyard spaces, and I'll show you those later on. But I'm also going to show you one of the cheapest options just down the street, so make sure to stick around. And if you're thinking, hey Sam, these homes are going to be a little bit too small for me or my family, that's all right, because I've actually already reviewed one of their other communities just down this way. So if you're looking for something pushing 3,000 square feet with a guest suite, basically an in-law suite attached, they have some really large homes here right down the street, so make sure to check out that link down below. All right, so the first home we're going to review here is 1,503 square feet. It's got 3 possible 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. This one is also roughly a 5,000 square foot lot. I was just looking at the price sheet, and there's actually some over 6,000 square feet. So if you want a larger lot, it's possible here. You also get the 2-car garage. Let's go inside. All right, welcome inside. You kind of have this hallway right off the entrance here. And just kind of want to show you this little room right here. Now this is going to be the possible 4th bedroom conversion. If you wanted to have it like an open, almost like a family room setup, or even a formal dining room / playroom, you could do whatever you want with this room, but it's kind of a nice open feature, which is why I chose this floor plan. Now here, kind of going back towards the front, you kind of have the bedroom towards the front window. There's a lot of natural light coming in here, so I actually had to turn up those shutters a little bit. And you get the dual doors for the closet, just kind of a standard closet that you see around here. Now, backing up out of here, you will see a full bath as well towards the front. So this is kind of nice as guests are coming in and out. This will be the guest bath slash, full bath right here, right at the front. So that's a really nice touch. Now going back to the hallway, on my left side, you'll have the 2-car garage right here. You'll also have a small pantry kind of closet right here, but check out this kitchen. I mean, this is really beautiful. Nice open kitchen. You still get a fairly larger island. I mean, it's not terribly huge, but for the space, I think it fits really well. You get some almost lighter color granite colors there. And then you also have the white shaker style cabinets. Now this is all included, including the flooring that we're seeing here. Now this is like an LVP flooring, luxury vinyl plank, which is more water resistant. Some even say waterproof, but I'll lean on the resistant side. You still get the sink kind of looking out to the side of the backyard. I love that you have a window there, bringing in natural light. Now this is pretty cool. Now this stuff is included, but I wanted to show you that you actually get the oven, the range, and this is actually an induction top. So for those of you guys that are fans of the induction, make sure you get your new pots and pans with that. But that is gonna be included. And back to the design that I was talking about, like the colors here that you're seeing, the white cabinets, the lighter color countertops, and the flooring, that's all included in the price. So you're not gonna be paying extra, whereas some builders charge piece by piece on those things. Turning it around, you're gonna see the open living space, and then you'd also have kind of a dining setup here right in the middle if you wanted to set it up this way, or use that room in the front like we talked about. Now we're gonna take you to the rest of the home, and just so you guys know, the floor plans, they do change. Even though the square footage is fairly similar on the other two models here, they do change quite a bit. So there might be a flow that you like better versus this one. But here you'd still get the full bath right off the kitchen area. You'd also, just on the other side here, kind of have the laundry space. And I like that it's not too close to the bedrooms, just in case those units start doing their hum late at night. Now this kind of corridor is kind of interesting. To the right, you'd have the primary suite, which you're gonna wanna see that really nicely updated, but also you still get a bedroom right here. Now, some people would love the bedroom right here. I've even had it noted by some of my clients this last week while we were touring this, is that they loved having a kid's room closer to the room back here versus having all the bedrooms like towards the front of the house or on the opposite side of the house. So if you got kids, you got small kids still growing up, you want them a little bit closer to your side of the house, you gotta just pay attention to that. Now on the bedroom here, you're gonna notice the two windows on both sides. I always like that. I mentioned that in every video. You still get the closet right here. That's gonna be the smaller closet, but wait, there's more. You have the full walk-in closet right here as well. So these aren't terribly large, but you still get two formal closets, which in my opinion is a win. I'm guessing you guys will be fighting about who gets the bigger one. Now check this out. This is gonna be the owner's bath right here. Dual sinks on the vanity, continuing with the same colors and styles that we've seen in the rest of the home in the kitchen, light, white, and bright. You still have options for a colored cabinet, like if you want something more of a natural wood color or even black, they do have that here. All right, so we just got in past the side gate. A lot of the times on model homes, they lock off the backyards for various reasons, but I wanted to just pop back here and kind of show you the size of this yard. I mean, it's still ample space. If I had to guess, this lot right here is probably just under 5,000 square feet, maybe in the upper 4,000s. Enough space for grass. You have real grass here. If you had a puppy, dog, or just wanted to touch some grass, you could do that here. Little patio set right there, but then also what's cool about this model right here is you still get the covered patio right here. Now this is generally included. You still get some lights under there too. So when it's raining like this in the winter or when it gets really hot, a lot of our clients like to get fans and drop down shades depending on how the sun is hitting your house. It's a really nice touch. And in the evenings, we typically have the Delta breeze coming up, and that'll usually cool off. So around 7, 8 p.m. once the sun starts setting in the summer, it really starts to cool down. A lot of people take advantage of these. I'm a big fan. We're gonna jump over. You're not gonna see a fence right here, but just to kind of give you an idea of the second model, very similar footprint in the backyard, also the covered patio on the opposite side. So very similar homes, but again, the privacy is going to be that if you're going to be around a lot of single-story homes, it's going to give you that privacy because you're not going to have big 2-story homes hovering right over you. So some people kind of appreciate these, that they're all single-story homes. So just wanted to let you guys know out there, just something to consider. Now, before we jump into those most affordable options right after this one, I'm gonna share pricing on this community right here. These are starting about $559, $990. Still super affordable in the mid 500s starting. Again, everything is included on these homes, including the solar on top. All that you would really need to pay for at this point is some landscaping in the backyard. Front yards are generally taken care of. And this community is gonna have no HOA. So you're gonna save a little bit of money there. Now here we are at the second community. Now these are truly gonna be the more affordable option. Now very similar to the series that we just looked at, but a much lower price. Now these homes right here were initially opened up at $499,000. So if you wanna get in under 500K, starting price, these are gonna be it. Now you're gonna have 3 different floor plans, running around 1,250 square feet. So we're gonna show you some options. The one difference on these is that even though most of everything is included, there is a little bit of an upcharge if you want more flooring and different upgrades throughout, which I'll point out in some of these homes. But if you want the most affordable option just outside of Roseville or really on new builds in general, it's probably gonna be it. All right, here we are at the Glenfield community. Now I'm gonna be showing you the Residence 2, so the middle model out of them. This one's about 1,250 square feet. It's got 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it does have an office with a closet that's pretty easily convertible. So I'm gonna show it to you right now. All right, here we are, the Residence 2. Now right away on my left-hand side, you're gonna see that the home floor plan kind of divots out that way. I'll show it to you in a bit. It's a pretty cool office in there, but this is really where the main part of the home is. Of course, the open living space, the open concept that a lot of these newer homes have. And again, you're gonna see those beautiful white shaker style cabinets on this one with the dining set in the middle. Now, one thing you'll notice about this floor plan is that it actually doesn't have a formal island. We've actually had clients buy floor plans without islands and get them installed after the fact. With this floor plan, it specifically doesn't have an island, but you still get the beautiful sink overlooking the backyard, which is really nice. We got a lot of natural light coming in as the sun is setting. Again, with the kind of colors very similar and packages to the homes we did see before. Now, the difference with these ones is that they're starting at such a low price that the builder actually does have a little bit of a markup on the upgrade. So in some of these homes, you will see that there is gonna be carpeting throughout a lot of these main areas versus the wet areas, and the wet areas would be considered like the kitchen, bathrooms, or the entryway. So if you wanted to get some of those nicer upgrades, if you will, and a little bit of upgrades with the cabinets, there's gonna be a little bit of a premium with these homes versus the ones we showed you because the price is so much lower. Now here we are off the entrance. I'm gonna give you a little glance here, but right here, you're gonna see the office right away, kind of on the left-hand side. You want a formal office, but I could totally see this room being converted into a bedroom because it does have a standard closet right there. So that would be just the doorway right there. Technically, they're offering it as a 2-bedroom, so I'll confirm on that. But over here, you'd have a full bath. Nice full bath. Again, continuing with some of the nice colors we saw in the previous model home. And then of course, a pretty proper sized bedroom right here with the window out the front. Now this one's gonna have the sliding doors for the closet. One thing you guys are gonna wanna know is that since these homes are at such a low price, this specific community, even though it's the same builder and everything, is gonna be operating a little bit differently. And the way this community is gonna be operating a little bit differently is that if you wanted to get the upgrades like the LVP flooring all throughout the home, or these shaker style cabinets in a variety of colors, they're gonna charge a little bit of a premium for that because these homes are starting at such a low price. If you decided to not go with that and just go with what the builder is offering, you're gonna see some of the floor plans where they have carpeting throughout most of the home, and the LVP flooring or the vinyl that they'd be offering would be in the wet areas like the kitchen, the bathrooms, and typically the entryway in the front of the home. So that'll be up to you depending on what you want the price point to be at. I think to upgrade to something more like this is about $15,000. So it still keeps you in the low 500s on these, but that's something I want you guys to be aware of because I actually just recently found that out with the sales rep we have here, that this community is operating just a little bit differently versus the sister community down the street. Now continuing with our tour, you're gonna see the large open living space into the dining, and then of course into the beautiful white kitchen. One thing I love here is that the way the sun is setting right now, we're probably about 4 p.m. or so. We're starting to see the sunset. You're gonna still get the covered patio. These backyards are actually a little bit larger, not necessarily in size, but because of the home's footprint is a little bit smaller. So I'll show you the backyards in a second. But you'd have your formal dining here, and then you still get like this L-shaped kitchen. So a lot of cabinet space, again, with the induction range still included and the sink looking out the window. Now behind me, I'm gonna show you something pretty cool here. You actually get a walk-in pantry on this one. I know some of you guys are gonna really appreciate this, but a larger walk-in pantry, especially for this size home, that's a really nice feature. Love seeing that. Now right here, this would be kind of where your garage door would be. So you'd be coming in from the garage right there, which is very functional to get right into the kitchen. And then right here, You could almost have this like a mini mudroom slash laundry room because it is a fairly larger size laundry room right here. Now stepping out of the primary living space, I want to show you guys the owner's suite. Now check this out. Nice sized room right here. You still get a lot of the natural light coming in. Love the accent wall that they did here. Now that is something that you do after the fact. Builders don't really offer that. Kind of more for a model home feature. Still get the sliding door here. And you would think you only get one closet here, but this is pretty cool. You actually get the walk-in closet right here. So you still get a decent walk-in closet right here. And then of course the vanity, they do shrink it down to a one sink right here. But you still get the loo and the shower as well. All right, sneaking out into another backyard. Again, these were locked, so wanted to show you guys. You actually feel like you get a lot more yard space here. Now, the lot sizes on paper and square footage are about the same, more or less. But since you have a smaller footprint on the actual house, it's a little bit shorter, you actually get a lot more room, or at least it feels like it back here. Definitely bigger backyards as far as space is concerned. So if you want kind of a little bit more yard space, you don't necessarily need the bigger home. It might be just, you and someone else. This would be a good option, especially I could see a lot of small families starting out here, or even people looking to retire who don't really want the square footage, don't want the upkeep, and don't want a lot of work with the house. This would be a good option. And I also want to make this correction. So I was saying earlier in one of the model homes that there is an LVP flooring, and that's true. They were installing LVP flooring on some of their other communities, but I just found out that they actually switched over to more of a laminate flooring in a lot of their homes, just because of some defects that were happening. So I want to make that mention out there if that really matters to you. The laminate is still going to be just as nice, but if some of you guys are going to call me out on that, I thought I'd let you know. All right, guys, there you have it. Some of the newest homes at a really affordable price here in Placer One. And make sure to check out that video that I was telling you about earlier in Placer One. It's gonna tell you all about this master plan development, but most importantly, it's gonna tell you about some of the cons in the area, because there's a few big cons about living in this part of Sacramento. Make sure to check that out right after this one. Again, my name is Sam with the Sacramento Relocation Guide. If there's any way that we can help you out with a new home purchase here in the area, or even an older resale home, we help people in Roseville, Rockland, and all of Placer County. You can always reach out to us. Our information is right there in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next tour.